I've done a little video on how to lap valves in the cylinder head. In a case of like getting some paste on them, and it's like sanding, if you like, but using the valve to sand against the head. One thing I didn't mention in the video, which is worth pointing out early, I just used the very fine cutting paste because this is such a clean head. I didn't want to get grinding anything down any more than we need to. It was just a case of polishing the faces really. So I normally, if there is a high mileage engine, you could use coarse paste and then the fine paste. So I've just gone with the fine paste on this one. What I did find though was a bent valve. So watch the end. I'll show you what we found. Well, it's Sunday. It's cold. The roads are wet. Not riding. Um, the super slingy black and gold project. Here's the head off it. Just waiting on the gasket set. Got the head gasket. Got the reinforced head bolts, nuts. Got lots of stuff. Just waiting on the full gasket set so we can replace all the oil rings and O-rings to go, and we can start reassembling it. I've measured the Busa con rods, the shell bearings. They're within tolerance to go on that crank, so that's really good. Don't have to mess about trying to buy other shell bearings. I'm just lapping the valves. So I thought I'd do a quick video on how I do it. So now I've never really done how-to videos before, but here's a valve spring compressor. It does exactly what it says on the tin. So you can see I've done 4 already, but valve springs, and it compresses them. We get these little collets out of here, and we can take the valve out. I've done some on the exhaust side, which are actually probably better to see the difference, but let's go this angle just because we can on this one. So we're going for number 4. Get a bit of a feel for where the valve is underneath. Simple as that. Squash it down. I don't know if you can see right there, that's squashed down. You can just see the collet popped out like a little magnet. Make sure you don't lose the collets. 1, 2, see the collets there. And then we come off with the valve spring compressor, nice and gently, as I demonstrate. From there. And then you get the outer valve spring and the inner valve spring. It does a runner like that. If it does that, my rule of thumb, and as they always come off, is keep the paint on the top. There's normally a bit of paint on them, so keep that on top. And then if it hasn't fallen out already because you forgot to put your hand underneath, the valve will come out like so. There's one valve. And when you're lapping them, all you're doing is putting a bit of paste on there, sticking the suction thing on like that, and spin, spin, spin. And you're lapping the paste into the valve seats. I don't know if you'll be able to see any difference here. I mean, you can slightly. You can see these ones that I've done. Got a nice silver ring in them already. This one is the one that we've just took out. So we'll turn it upside down, get some paste in it, and we'll lap it in. One thing I am a bit OCD about is making sure everything comes out the same way it went in. So I get I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 piston cylinders lined up. That's the exhaust side, that's the intake side. So I just line up, obviously get 2 valves per piston cylinder. So just keeps everything nice and neat. And when I've lapped them, obviously you can see the nice silver ring in there compared to that one, which is black on the edge. Get that one to show the difference there. And the intakes are always going to be cleaner than the exhaust side, but I like to do one half and then the other when I work. The paste around the top, like so. Put the valve in and keep all the paste in there. You'll hear the difference. Get the suction tool on. Right, if you listen, try and get my microphone somewhere near it. In fact, I can do this. You can hear it's ground down. what I do is I tend to move it about a little bit, get a few cuts, grinds should I say. It's not cutting valves, it's grinding, lapping. You're not getting sandpaper out, you're not using the 40 grit, just enough to clean the seats really. We want good contact on the seats and no gases escaping. The lapping tool's a bit slippy. It should be starting to get a decent cut on it now. Or clean. It's nicely cleaned up the edge now. We can focus on that. Probably can't hear me because I've left the microphone down there. Nicely cleaned up there. We'll get all the gunk out of here. A little bit of spray to stick it as well. That's it. And while we're in here, just point out what we're also going to change is these bits here, the valve stem seals. These will just pull off. I'm leaving them on for now because I'm just going to one for one them when the valve stem seals turn up. Obviously they do exactly what it says on the tin. Your valve stem comes through the valve guide. If you're checking for a little bit of play on the valve guide, give the valve a move side to side. You'll feel a tiny bit, but that's all you want, just enough that you can feel it. Anything that feels like a loose, you're going to want to be doing valve guides as well. But this stem seal, the idea in that is just to stop the oil going down the valve stem. It was suspected that they were bad. I was unsure. Nice clean sit with a valve. I wasn't sold, but to be fair, the way these are quite loose, they're not really, it's hard to feel, but I'm glad we're changing them. There we go, on with the next. That one feels more like a good valve guide. Alright guys, this is what we've just come across, and this is really difficult to point out on a video, so I'm trying to... A good giveaway sign, well, the first giveaway was, here's the valve. It's come out the intake side, the carbs go on here, exhaust this side. There's the first giveaway. If you take what would be the next valve, they just drop straight in. So that valve was very difficult to get out. I don't want to push it in any more than that because I don't want to do any damage to the valve guide. But yes, we have a bent valve, so we're going to have to replace that, obviously. Now I tried to get it on the rule, a nice straight edge, whatever they call it, a precision ruler here. Very difficult to kind of, you can just see it's rocking there, the valve. The one way I did think was quite a good way to tell, which I don't like doing to good valves, but obviously this one's not going to be going back on the engine. As you can see here, definitely bent. So that's getting replaced.